Hello, UC Davis Health staff, especially APASA colleagues and friends. Welcome to our first podcast ever in our employee resource group. My name is Jojo, and I'm the chair of the Asian Pacific American System-Wide Alliance in the Health Campus. APASA believes that meaningful engagement with staff can bring about more human experience of the workplace environment and promote mental health wellness. We like to add value in your participation to our employee resource group, where you can learn things and have fun in the process. We are doing this podcast and calling it Squarecast because we started it that way, seated in a square table, enjoying cold frappuccino and warm sandwich, immersed in the company of our colleagues, and we certainly had fun. Last April 14, we started our first APASA book club. It is an in-person meeting, and we had 4 attendees. We chose Old Soul Cafe in Broadway because that's where we used to hold our science cafes with our other department. It's called CTSC. Right now, the same group are in this jamming session, and we would like to share our experience about the book club. To our dear listeners, let us welcome Charlotte. Hi, Charlotte.
Hi. Good afternoon, Jojo. And Steve is here with us. Good afternoon. My name is Charlotte. I'm from the Philippines. I joined UC Davis 2 years ago, and I joined as a quality and safety nurse. I handled the emergency department. So great to be here.
Thank you, Charlotte. So there's actually 3 of us here, and we had some fallout because of unforeseen circumstances, but we're doing our best. So thank you, Charlotte, and I will introduce to you a new invitee to our employee resource group. His name is Steven.
Hi, I'm Steven Palacio. Work in the cardiac cath lab here at UC Davis Medical Center. It's a pleasure to be here with you all.
So thank you, everyone, and thank you for partaking in this Squarecast session. Are you excited about this activity?
Yes.
When we announced that APASA will have a book club, the first question is, what was your first reaction? And we have Charlotte to answer that.
I personally am excited, simply because among the activities of APASA, that is the activity that well resonated with me. So I'm an introvert. I guess that really was the activity that got my interest. So I remember back in June or July, Jojo and I roamed around the town searching for possible places to conduct this with. So we went to this cafe, and that I think is the same location that we ended up doing this book club.
Okay, well, we're learning a lot from here, and thank you, Charlotte, that you were part of the planning process from last year. I'm glad that you remembered it. It is the same place, the Old Soul Cafe, and I'm happy that you have a positive response to our book club. I didn't know that you had an introvert kind of side, so it didn't show, but we're happy that we're doing something to bring you out to the world with fun and excitement. So thank you for your response. Now, the second question is, how did our book title, content, and sharing go? Can you briefly tell the titles of the book with a very short description?
Oh, I got a short memory. So I can remember my book and your book, Jojo. And the books that our 2 members have shared, I barely remember them. So I can vividly share my book that I read and shared in the group. The book title that I shared with you guys is a book called Grit that was written by Angela Duckworth. Basically, the summary is how one's passion and perseverance affect success. I remember your book was about Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
Yes, that's right.
By Robert Kiyosaki. That's a well-known book in the field of business. So I remember that because I guess we have the same genre of interest.
Yes.
The other books, I believe those are more memoir or more of those kind of sentiments or narratives.
Yeah. And just not to miss on all the book titles, in APASA Book Club, we created this spreadsheet where all of those who participated and shared their book titles and contents, you can see the titles of the book in that spreadsheet. So we can actually share the rest of those information through our Microsoft Teams page if you are interested. So thank you for that. I actually shared definitely the Rich Dad Poor Dad book, and it was an eye opener for me. I think all graduating high school students, including college students, should read that book because it focuses your mind into thriving while you are actually in an employed work or even being a student. So you will succeed. And I think we're down to our last question. Would you recommend the book club, and how did you feel after the session?
I will definitely recommend it. In fact, I'm actually looking forward for the next one. But a part of me is a little not sad, but I heard it will be done again after. I think you're planning to do it every quarter. I wish it would be more frequent, like monthly, but we need more members to get it done.
It was an arbitrary decision to do the book club quarterly because I understand that many people cannot have that bandwidth to conduct employee engagement opportunities like this. So it's always open to add additional book club sessions, and we try to pioneer this, opening it up for in-person book club sessions. We can do book club with this Squarecast session simultaneously, or even do a video blog of doing book clubs. So it's up to the participants how they want to conduct this. What we want to drive is to make sure that we educate, we learn, as well as somehow entertain those who are listening to our productions. So thank you very much, Charlotte. Again, I was also excited to have the book club because this has been something in the making for quite some time. And I know people are interested, and this is a first success as I would consider it.
Thank you so much.
We will pause for a break, and when we come back, we have another book club member. And we are back, so let's welcome Lani.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Jojo and Book Club. I am a data coordinator at the OCR.
Okay, thank you very much, Lani. And now we will go to the questions. So when we announced that APASA will have a book club, what was your first reaction?
My first reaction was I was really excited because I do quite a bit of reading, and I just really like to share what I've read with other people, and also to listen to their thoughts about books that they are currently reading.
Okay, sounds good. And how did your book title and content sharing go? Can you briefly tell the titles of the book with a very short description about what you learned from the book?
Sure. The book sharing for me went very well. And the two books that I chose were Is Everyone Hanging Out Without Me and Why Not Me by Mindy Kaling. The two books describe Mindy Kaling's journey as a daughter of immigrant parents. And the first book is really a description of her time in college, as well as navigating being a first-generation Asian woman, and how she felt about her parents, who were very hardworking and very loving. So there's a lot of humor, and it's just a really wonderful book. And the second book, Why Not Me, is more the evolution of her career. So she discusses how she evolves as a person, especially in Hollywood as a person of color. So they're very interesting books, and they're both completely funny.
Yeah. So thank you very much. I actually put the book titles and the images of the book in our spreadsheet in Microsoft Teams. So I took a peek of the synopsis. Is Mindy a physician there, or somebody is?
Mindy is Mindy Kaling. She's a comedian.
Oh, okay.
Her mother was a physician, though.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So interestingly enough, there is references to the medical field in her books.
Yes. So somehow I can relate to that. And the last question is, would you recommend the book club, and how did you feel after the session?
I would definitely recommend the book club. I felt very relaxed after the session. And the thing that I remembered most after the session was how different each book a member of the book club presented was. And those are the best book clubs, because when there are different ideas to discuss, I feel like it leads to more inspiration and just more motivation to find newer books to read.
Yes, thank you very much. Happy to hear that. And we will definitely continue with the book club sessions and invite others to join. In the meantime, we would actually like to say thank you too to our new APASA member. His name is Michael Manansala, and he's one of the staff in our food and nutrition service. This is Squarecast session is a work in progress. We plan on doing the book club quarterly, and we will send invitations by email to seek book lovers who could be sitting in our table and enjoying the discussion behind the microphone. The food is great and you don't want to miss it. Check your inbox, and we hope to engage with you in the future. If you want us to hold a book club in your department with our exciting podcast setup, please let us know too. And thank you very much.